Hello everyone. I am back again with another garden update. Today felt really good to come out and do a little check-in to see what I had growing on. I decided to work my way backwards today. So these are my Minnesota midget muskmelons. And as you can see, these two plants in particular here are doing really well. The replants here, they are catching up, but I don't mind that because it'll be staggered fruits coming on. But if you look here, I actually have some babies here that have pollinated. There's one here. I'll take the bag off. Well, I don't know if I can get that loose with one hand, but as you can see here, this one got nice and pollinated. The bees have been doing their thing, but I've also been helping. Some of these I can't tell. I think I have about 6 of them bagged up, but I cannot say for sure how many actually took with the pollination. But the plants, they're doing exceptionally well. I have male flowers everywhere with lots of female flowers still coming on. I can see through a couple of the bags where I don't think that this one took. I don't think so. And this one here doesn't look like it took, but that one most certainly did. I have a couple here on the back side that just got pollinated in the last day or so. So I'm not sure whether or not these took. I'll have to wait it out. But I don't think that these are anywhere close to being done with putting on female flowers. So it's just a wait and see to see how many fruits I get. But these plants are doing really well here. Here is my cocazelle that has 3 female fruits on it currently, holding out, waiting for some more male flowers to show up. But I saw someone speak about they took a male flower from a zucchini or a squash and they put it in the freezer, and then once they had the female flowers open, had one to open, they took it out of the freezer and they pollinated it. I had never done that before. I'm gonna give it a try. There's nothing to lose. It's either it'll take. I know the viability will be lower of the pollen, but hey, you never know. It could possibly work, and if it doesn't, most people normally, lose their first squash and zucchinis due to lack of the female and the male flowers coming on at the same time. But it will be interesting to experiment with that. Here, when I spoke about in my last video about waiting on sugar baby bush watermelon seeds to show up, they most certainly did show up, and I got them planted, and they are already up and already have true leaves coming on, so I'm really happy about that. Let's come over here. Also, I talked about how I had red burgundy okra that I was waiting to show up. These have been planted. They are up. There's one here. And then I have 2 in here. And I'm thinking about plugging one of these out and transplanting it somewhere else, but we'll see. But I probably will, okay? This is my zucchini plant, my dark green zucchini. It was struggling a bit, but I've been like loving on it, and it looks like it's about to turn around. I certainly hope so, but I did plant some backups just in case that I have to replant. Over here, last time, one thing about this bed, it's really weird. I planted borage like just about every year. My borage is not growing so great this year, but that's perfectly okay. I do have a couple of plants, the ones that I had planted in the corners here. A couple of them have definitely gotten bigger. I also lost a couple though, but if they don't do so well, I decided to order some cosmos flowers and some lilliput zinnias. I love zinnias. I didn't have any growing. Um, because for some reason these seeds that I saved from last year, they did not germinate. They didn't. I don't know what happened. I planted them, but I couldn't get them to germinate. So I decided to get Lilliput zinnias. Those were Burpina giants that I saved them from. I don't know, maybe because I don't know if it was a hybrid or something. I'm not exactly sure, but they did not germinate for me. So I have Cosmos and Lilliput zinnias on the way, and when those show up, if a couple of these, by the time the borage I do have planted, if they haven't turned around, then I'm just going to plant Cosmos in the corners and some Lilliput zinnias. But what I did do was I came in here and I planted, I had some leftover bush bean, Blue Lake bush beans. So I stuck those in here. My long green cucumbers here, they're doing really well. I ordered wing bean seeds, and I've since planted those in here, like interplanted them in between my long green cucumbers. They haven't popped up yet. We're gonna see if they germinate, how they do. I have a sunflower that came up back there. Well, actually, I transplanted it because I had a space where one came up, and that was where a borage was, and it wasn't doing so well. So I transplanted that zinnia. I'm sorry, that sunflower, and it took immediately more red burgundy okra here. So my thought was, if I do end up taking one of those red burgundy okras out of that tire over there, that I could put it here and just have 3 growing in here. Here where I had a borage, I'm going to put Cosmos seeds. My corn is looking very radiant. It's doing well. More bush beans that I chose to plant here. Um, this is a little saddening because I was very happy for the rain that we got. I had these, this was another variety of bush beans that I had planted, even though they were putting out tendrils. I actually read that it was normal for some bush beans to put out tendrils. They could just be looking this way because of the rain, and maybe once it dries up a little bit, they bounce back. So they're not dead or anything. It's just, I'm just hoping that they didn't get they just got like a little beat down from the rain. But I'm pretty sure they're going to pop back up. And I actually ended up sticking, I had like 3 leftover seeds, so I stuck 3 more seeds in there. So they'll probably bounce back just fine after the rain here. Um, my potatoes, they are definitely, the top parts are starting to die off, so I guess maybe next month these will be ready to harvest. These are the Prescott Fond Blanc melons here that I had planted. They're doing really well. They're starting to pick up on the growth here. They're a little dirty because of all of the rain that we got on yesterday, but that's normal. My Market More cucumbers here, they're doing good. I got a couple of my marigolds that kind of took a little bit of a beating from the rain, but yet again, I might have to add a little more soil around the root of this one because the root is exposed. Hopefully I can save that one. So yeah, my patty pan squash over here, yellow bush patty pan, it is doing very, very well here. My potatoes in here are doing well. So let's make our way. Those golden raspberries I was talking about here, these things I've really been loving on these, them and all of their thorns here. Uh, they are really turning around, and I have some really nice fruits that are getting ready to come on. I even have a whole lot of new green growth coming onto these plants, so I'm really happy about that. I'll get into this later, but yeah, this is doing really, really well here. Well, I guess I can talk about it now. Um, I have a butternut squash, what looked like a baby butternut squash here. Sorry for the lighting, the camera, the way the camera keeps going out with the lighting. Baby butternut squash here. I got some sunflowers in here. I have some uh, marigolds that I planted here. This is a watermelon that I'm not exactly sure how well this took. I stuck a few bush beans back here. I'm gonna be putting some cosmos here. This is like a memorial site here. We lost one of our babies. Our cats passed away last week, and so I decided to get her back to the soil, and so she's here. And you know, we loved her and we miss her very much, but you know, life goes on, and I have this here, and I'm going to make sure it's always planted with something beautiful every year for her. It was very unexpected, very sudden. So here, these are the peas that are just growing, growing, growing here. What happened here was, this is about the sugar daddy uh, peas, and they typically don't get more than 2 feet tall. This one had bent all the way back, and I thought that I actually had lost it. But what I ended up doing was I just took it and I folded it back towards the trellis and tucked it in, and it did not die. It actually just kept growing, and so now it is taller than me. And is putting on more beautiful beans. These are doing really, really well here. Yeah. Uh, I've been having some a little bit of damage creep in here. I've been dealing with like some early blight on my tomatoes a bit, some septoria leaf spot. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with these bean plants, but I'm not also really concerned about them either. My mint looking good, my chocolate mint, my pineapple mint. These are my the large beefsteak tomatoes. As you can see how much these have grown since the last video here, but yet again, I have been treating them with a natural organic uh, fungicide here, but now that we had the rain last night, it's like I'm gonna have to spray these again today because it was clearing up very well, and now, you know, here we go again. So I'll get back on that. My carrots, they're doing really well. I'm just again leaning over from the rain. Um, my Southern California Wonder Pepper, I have one now. I had two, but the one that I had there, it's like it almost immediately passed. It looked like it had a damping off. So I lost that one, but it's fine. I've already planted some more peppers for the fall. It'll, you know, if they come up, they'll be ready to go out the middle of July. So that's absolutely no problem. My atomic grape tomatoes here, I'm a little curious about these because of the shape. They look really round to me. I don't know if there's different strands of these tomatoes. I thought they were Brad's atomic grape, and they were going to grow a little elongated with a little point at the bottom. But these are really, really round. They look really nice. They're coming on very well, but just not the shape that I expected. Either way, they're going to be eaten. I know that I could not have gotten these confused with any other plants, because when I transplanted them out, they were literally the only 3 tomato plants that I had. So so maybe it's just a different variety, or I'm not sure, but we'll see as they continue to grow here. You know, this is the volunteer tomato plant that's either a Juliet or a jelly bean from last year. It's doing really well. I guess I'll find out which one it is once the fruit start coming on. Very excited here. These are my Space Master cucumbers. As you can see, I have a really nice one right here. I have 3 other ones, one on each one of the other plants, but the pollination was not so great, like misformed, misshapen cucumbers, but can still be used. I will slice up the round parts at the top to put them in my water. That's one of my jalapenos here. That's doing very well. This is yet another atomic grape tomato plant. It's doing well. Again, just a little damage on the leaves with the fungal issues here or whatnot, but nothing that I'm too concerned about. My little basil and chocolate mint extra section growing on right here. These are my purple whole peas. These are just leaning down because they're heavily laden with the rainwater. There is a Thai basil that's off in here. I thought about taking it out and transplanting it, but I kind of want to just leave it at the same time and see what it does. So I don't know just yet. More bush beans. I can't remember what the name of these bush beans were, but these are the ones that are putting on the little bit of tendril. Something else here I'm very excited about. Let me show you my first Market More cucumber. I'm sorry, this is a little hard to do with one hand, but I think I'm gonna harvest this today because I think this baby is ready. So I'm very happy about my cucumbers here that I have growing. I just realized here that I have a female flower on, so as soon as I cut this video off, I'm going to get that pollinated. I'm not sure if the bees handled it, but I got a few male flowers on here that I'm gonna give it a hand pollinate myself here, okay? Roma tomato, large red cherry, the other jalapeno in my marigold here. Marigolds, yeah. My Swiss chard here, which is doing very well. I'm just loving these herbs over here. My Italian flat leaf parsley, sorry about the noise, that's the neighbor's air conditioning coming on. My Genovese basil, my other Roma tomato plant that's doing very well. The swimming pool with the mix here where all the little kales and my dill are doing well. I stuck a couple of bush beans in here that did come up. I put a couple of okra in here as well, but those were older seeds. I just wanted to see if there were any chance. They were emerald okra. I just wanted to see if there was any chance of them popping up. No signs of them yet. No big deal. If they don't, I'm perfectly happy with just my red burgundy okra. Just a little backup tomato seedlings. These were looking really bad, but I actually managed to, yet again, with the fungicide that I got, I saved them. Hopefully I can keep these growing, you know, just in case I need backups. But outside of that, I'm really happy how everything is doing. I'm really happy about this cucumber. I think I'm gonna take it off and then I will let you guys see it. So I'll be back in a minute. So there it is, my first Market More cucumber of the season. I'm very happy about this cucumber. I cannot wait to eat it. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that. I replanted, I planted some more. These are the backup Black Beauty and Cocozelle squashes that I planted here. Also another yellow patty pan. That other tire where I planted the second one, I was just having such a hard time getting it to germinate in there. So I just went ahead and planted another one, a backup Market More if I should need it, which I probably will find a place to put it. These are more bell peppers that I planted out. My eggplants, they're tinkering along here. I can't wait to be able to get them out, but they're still a little bit too early to plant. So yeah, I'm feeling really happy about the growth that I have coming on here. So yeah, we'll be back soon again for another video. And until then, next time, peace out. Namaste.